Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hello. There is HQ in the house. HQ in the house, right? Okay. We are here for this government shutdown. I am here for the government shutdown. And we have both parties standing in the corner, waiting to figure out who's going to do what. Let's listen to the White House briefing. Let's listen to the White House briefing today. This is important. It's important. Go ahead on. White House briefing.
Good afternoon, everyone. Packed house here today, and I have a very special guest with us, the Vice President of the United States. He'll deliver some remarks and take some questions. First, I just want to share remarks of my own. Democrats in Congress have officially shut down the United States government. House Republicans passed a nonpartisan, clean piece of legislation to extend current government funding until November 21st. But nearly every single Democrat senator voted against this bill. To be clear, this was the exact same bill that Democrats approved 6 short months ago in March, just adjusted for inflation. This is the same kind of clean funding bill that Democrats passed 13 separate times when they held the majority during Joe Biden's administration. So the American people woke up this morning and asked the obvious question: why is the government shut down right now? The answer is pure partisan politics being played by the Democrat Party. The Democrats shut down the government because President Trump and the Republicans will not force American taxpayers to pay for free health care for illegal aliens. America is $37 trillion in debt. We cannot afford to provide taxpayer-funded free health care to illegals who broke the law to enter our country. To put this all into perspective, the Democrats refused to keep the government open over health care to illegal aliens and now have jeopardized critical health care programs for American citizens instead. The Women, Infants, and Children program, community health center funding, Medicare treatment options, and other health programs are now all at risk because of the Democrats rejecting the clean CR. The most vulnerable in our country are being punished because the Democrats want to prioritize illegals over American citizens. And if Democrats actually cared about health care, they would applaud the actions taken by President Trump just yesterday in the Oval Office. He took a bold and massively popular action to improve our healthcare system. He announced the first agreement with a major pharmaceutical company, Pfizer, to lower drug costs for Americans. This is a historical achievement long sought by past Democrat presidents that only President Trump was able to get done. Also yesterday, while the Democrats were whining about health care for illegal aliens, President Trump signed a powerful executive order to supercharge American AI innovation and unlock cures for pediatric cancer patients in the United States. While President Trump took action to lower drug prices and improve the lives and the care of American children with cancer, again, Democrats are fighting to give healthcare benefits to illegal aliens. The Trump administration is fully committed to lowering healthcare costs and advancing policies that will save American lives. But right now, we need to keep the government open and funded. And individuals and organizations across the political spectrum, across the country, agree with the Trump administration and Republicans. The labor union leader, the Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, sent a very blunt message to Democrats over their destructive antics. He said American workers are not bargaining chips. Senators need to stop screwing around and pass the House-passed clean short-term funding bill. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the world's largest business organization, called to immediately pass the Republican clean CR, saying, quote, shutdowns are harmful to the economy, the American people, and our national security. And even Democrat Senators Cortez Masto and Fetterman acknowledged that their party is betraying the American people with this costly and chaotic Democrat shutdown. Enough is enough. Democrats need to stop sabotaging our country and holding the American people hostage in the country. Democrats need to do their jobs. The American people want the government reopened, and this is proven in a new New York Times poll showing that 2 in 3 Americans say the government should not be shut down by the Democrats, even if their absurd demands are not met.
They're always disingenuous. They're always disingenuous. You cannot work with dishonest brokers. For one, her first argument is, and her only argument is, that Democrats want to shut down the government to give illegal aliens health insurance. The truth is they have to have this budget passed by September 30th. It's an appropriations bill. It funds the government and the programs. So many of the employees, they get furloughs. I guess they get sent home without pay, though the essential people have to stay, air traffic control, national security, those kind of things, right? Air traffic, typical Republican thing. Because of the law, federal employees are furloughed are guaranteed back pay after the shutdown ends. So he's not threatening, the president is not threatening to furlough these people. He's threatening to fire the people. Not furlough like he's supposed to do, because it's illegal or it's against the law or something. I don't know. I haven't looked it up completely, but I know he's not supposed to furlough. He's not supposed to fire those federal workers, right? And what's in dispute is health care subsidies and Medicaid. Democrats want to extend or restore the subsidies under the Affordable Care Act to prevent the rest of us and the premiums from ACA from going skyrocketing. That's the point of them holding out. Everybody's premiums will skyrocket if they don't get these subsidies changed, put into the bill. Democrats never, ever, ever hold out on reconciliation or appropriations bill. They never hold out. Democrats always cave when it comes to these bills funding the government. So why do you think, out of all the times in the history of them always folding before the government shutdown, they usually fold before the government shuts down? Why do you think the Democrats always fold before the government is shut down? Because they never want the government to be shut down. Okay. So that's why it's important, because they know if they don't get it done during this 60 vote thing, the Republicans have bad faith. They have already cut funding for ACA and Medicaid. They did that in the big, beautiful bill. So since they did it in the big, beautiful bill, they want to continue to do it. And Democrats say, we're not going to cut anymore. We're not going to have you cut these subsidies. Like, for example, right now we're paying $50, $75 per month for insurance. Some people are. The whole point is it's going to go up to $150. DVL dog, you got to start reading. You can't just come on here and say this false. You got to start reading. Don't come in here and say prove it. So I don't need to do that. That's all you got to do is Google. Why is Google so hard for y'all to Google? I don't understand that. If you Googled, you would know these things. I don't have to fact. I already Googled. I'm telling you what the facts are. It's proof. That's all you got to do is Google. Instead of saying it's a lie, you prove me wrong. I know that I have the facts. Okay. The claims from the Republicans They're lying. They're lying about why they want to extend the Medicare cuts. Okay? The Medicare cuts is for everyone. These subsidies is for everyone that has insurance. If they don't get it in this bill, it's going to raise prices for everyone. Okay? I research and you're listening to lies. Google is now now a part of the media. Y'all gonna give me a headache if y'all don't know how to read and you don't know how to decipher. If you don't know how to decipher, that's not my problem. Okay. So there's a disagreement. There's a disagreement about the subsidies. They keep saying to the American public, oh, they just want to extend the Medicaid for the illegal immigrants. That's a lie. That's trash. There's so much trash. The consequences are federal employees in contract, they're going to lose it. They're going to get furloughed. They're going to get fired. Not furloughed, fired. Okay. Disruption of the government services, all of that. The point is, we know that the Democrats never hold out. This is the first time they've ever really held out. So we know the Democrats are not lying about this. No, DV, please Google shit. Google 1,000 damn things. Google 10, 20 times a day until you can figure it out. But stop telling me I'm lying when I know it's a lie. All day is long. Jesus. That's all y'all know is the culture wars. That's all y'all know is the culture wars. That's a sad thing. You cannot come with facts, so you want to come with the culture war thing. Oh, you DEI. Come on now. Y'all got to start looking at this.
Workers that the Trump administration wants to fire during the government shutdown.
Like, are you nuts?
Look, it's likely going to be in the thousands.
You need to start looking at stuff. Research.
New polling shows that when it comes to casting blame for the shutdown, more Americans are pointing to the Republicans than to the Democrats, 47% to 30%, according to the Post. And Politico is reporting that a bipartisan group of lawmakers is quietly meeting, searching for a way out of all of this. But today, Speaker Johnson seemed to throw cold water on the prospect of negotiations.
Yes. The Republicans are going to be blamed for this. They definitely going to be blamed for this. Okay? Because they have a majority. They couldn't get it done with a majority. Why couldn't they get it done?
Well, welcome everybody
to White House.
Day 2 of the Democrat shutdown. Let's make absolutely clear what's happening here. Real pain is being inflicted upon the American people.
And you see, they all have the same talking point about Medicaid for illegal aliens. Every one of them. And yet that's against the law. Every one of them have the same talking points because that's the way the Republicans work. They never want to govern. They only want to blame. That's what I don't like about the Republican. They always want to blame someone. They never have a solution, correct solution. It's always the other side wants to do something harmful. It's never their side. They never want to take accountability for their side.
Because 44 Democrats in the Senate have voted for the third time to reject the completely nonpartisan, completely clean, very simple 24-page continuing resolution that we passed in the House here 2 weeks ago. Now, why did we do that? For a refresher for everyone. We have been working very hard, this leadership team, to get Congress working again. Congress has not done the appropriations process appropriately for many years now. And so we have forced the muscle memory back. Our appropriators have done a great job in bipartisan fashion, by the way. And they've worked very hard and passed 12 separate appropriations bills through the committee as is supposed to be done.
They never have any plan, Joint. They never have any plans or policies. Never. It's always about what you're against. It's never for what you for. I bet you not one Republican put in here what they are for. Not one Republican can put one thing that they're for in the chat. It's always, I'm against the gays, I'm against the transformers, I'm against the illegal. It's always something that you're against. You're never for anything. That's the problem. You're never for anything. Republicans are never for anything.
We passed 3 of those off the House floor. The Senate did its work. For the first time in years, the Senate passed 3 appropriations bills off the floor. Those bills don't match up exactly. So the way the system works, everybody remembers from civics, is that when the 2 chambers have bills that don't align perfectly, you put together a conference committee. That's been done. All of that work's been done very deliberately, very carefully, and as good stewards of taxpayer resources. The problem is we ran out of time because the end of the fiscal year is September 30th. So we did the logical, simple, good faith thing. Instead of loading up a continuing resolution to keep the lights on, to keep the government open so this process can continue.
Democrats didn't start the KKK. Jesus. You one of them people that still don't. Jesus. Democrats did not start the KKK.
Instead of
KKK was here, the Democrats was here before the KKK. Way before. Jesus.
loading it up with poison pills or gimmicks or tricks, we sent over a very simple continuing resolution that every single Democrat in the Senate has voted for in the past, just to keep the government open for the people, so that we could get to November 21st.
And that ought to tell you right there. That ought to tell you right there. The Democrats have never not voted to open the government. The Democrats have never not went to vote to keep the government open. They have never done it. Why do you think they're doing it now? They could have this could have been done years ago. Let's stop and help let let's let the immigrants have health care. They could have did it years and years and years. They could have did it years and years and years ago. They didn't, because this is not about health care for illegal immigrants. They did not. Democrats didn't start the KKK. Stop it.
7 weeks to allow more time for this process to play out. That is what happened. Now, the Democrats did something they've never done before. Chuck Schumer has led them all to vote against it. Everybody's been discussing this for the last few days.
I'm saying to you Republicans got to start taking accountability for your actions and your boss's actions. That's all. If everybody took accountability for their side's bullshit, we would, yes, sure don't. We sure won't. Jesus. Never take accountability for y'all's actions. Never.
Why in the world would Chuck Schumer do a 180-degree turn? Because he said passionately, as recently as March of this year, on the same instrument, the same CR, that it would be reckless and irresponsible.
People have white fatigue too. We tired of y'all too. You think you so spectacular that we wouldn't be tired of y'all too? I'm not saying I'm tired of y'all. I'm saying there's plenty of black people tired of y'all too. Just like y'all tired of blacks, they tired of whites. Just dumb.
Responsible and dangerous to close down the federal government. Why did Chuck Schumer change his tune? Everybody knows that now. He's trying to avoid a challenge from his left flank in his next Senate re-election campaign.
So now what they're saying is, oh, Chuck Schumer is being challenged in the next election. So he's got to do something to show that he's tough. So that's why he's doing this. That's not why he's doing it.
And he wants to avoid the scrutiny that he received for doing the right thing back in March, because the far left and the base really went crazy on poor Chuck Schumer. And so he changed his tune. And now they're trying to pretend it's about something completely different. They have made it.
Every person in the House is up for re-election. Every person in the House and half of the Senate. So that nobody else is concerned about nobody else is concerned about their job. Just Chuck Schumer. That's just crazy. Just Chuck Schumer, the only one worried about their job. That's wild.
A decision that they would rather give taxpayer-funded
benefits to illegal aliens. I can tell they're going to say that. Yeah, you're dumb. If you don't know how to Google, you're dumb.
Benefits to,
and most of y'all don't know how to Google, apparently.
Illegal aliens than to keep the doors open for the American people, to keep vital services, veteran services, healthcare and nutrition for women.
Stop talking stupid, white man from town. Get your idiot supporters to stop talking stupid. They're talking stupid. so we can talk stupid too. That's just dumb.
Infants and children. They would rather not pay the troops and TSA agents and Border Patrol agents. They would rather stop services of FEMA in the middle of a hurricane season
Right.
than to do the right thing.
No, I don't know better than all of us. All I know is y'all don't know how to Google. That's the only thing I don't know. It's the only thing y'all don't know is how to Google stuff. If you knew how to Google, then you would know this stuff that you could pick it up easily on any search engine on the internet. You can pick this up easily. Easily. Has nothing to do with me knowing something more than you all knowing. I'm not talking shit. Tell your audience in the chat to stop talking shit. You don't get to say what you want to say. You don't get to say what you want to say to me. Okay? Your chat is your side. Oh, we have black fatigue. Of course. Then we have white fatigue. See how stupid that sounds? Yes, David, I am. Why don't you get out of my chat, David, please?
Partisan political purposes. It is selfish.
Yes, only idiots would do that, Kiefer. Only the idiots would do, and only idiots would say something about illegal. That's the only stand that the Republicans have.
Principle, and it is exactly the opposite of what they have all said themselves in their own words very passionately.
I'm not saying believe me at all. I'm saying Google stuff. I'm saying do your research. Don't come in here and say I'm lying if you ain't did no research. That's all I'm saying. Don't tell me what I am if you ain't come up here and dispute what I'm saying. Put it in the chat that I'm lying. Because you can't put it in the chat because you haven't done research. You get your news from Fox News. You get your news from goofy people online. You get your news from people like Charlie Kirk. You get your goofy news from Crowder. You get your goofy news from Candace Owens. You get your goofy news from these people. I research stuff. Research stuff. Don't believe me. Research stuff.
Every day until now. We've been playing the greatest hits loop here on a video right outside the speaker's office for days. You've all seen it.
Yes.
Make them answer for that. Don't ask the Republicans what we should be doing or what we should be negotiating. I don't have anything to negotiate. I sent them in good faith exactly what they had voted for before. We did not put any Republican provisions in that. And we tried to make this very simple, in good faith, so the appropriations process of the people can continue. Now, there's been a lot of talk about, they say that we're making this up, this illegal aliens receiving taxpayer benefits. It's a talking point.
The whole point. The whole point is you are making up. Republicans are arguing that part of the deal Democrats insist on to avert the shutdown includes provisions that would expand health care to illegal undocumented immigrants. They say Democrats want to reverse the legal barriers that currently prevent undocumented immigrants from qualifying for Medicaid. They frame it as a moral issue. They use words like free health care for illegal aliens. That's some Republicans also point to state program. And then they got people that will co-sign this stuff that they got it from the states. Oh, I saw them getting X, Y, and Z. The gist of it is it's a lie. Okay. Federal law already bars undocumented immigrants from most federal health programs. Y'all need to look it up. Stop believing everything you hear. Federal law already says you cannot give undocumented immigrants federal health program benefits. Already. Democrats' proposal don't appear to include expanding those federal benefits to undocumented immigrants. Why? The main demands are to extend the ACA premium tax credits. Kiefer, please, come on, please do some research, okay? The main demands are to extend ACA premium tax cuts. They can't do that. But the whole point is we all will have problems with our insurance if they allow them to not shore up these tax credits. Okay? If they don't let them shore up these tax credits, we're all going to have a problem. they're misrepresenting what they said. It's a false claim. All major fact-checking organizations have said that the Republicans are lying. They flagged those claims as lies. Free healthcare for illegal immigrants is a lie. Republicans keep framing this and framing the misstates and misstating what the Democrats are actually proposing. Why are they doing this? Because this is what they do. This is what they do. Okay? It's a lie. It's called a lie. Undocumented immigrants are ineligible for federal health program. They do not want to shut the government down because of that. Okay? It's politically potent message. It's got goofy people believing it. Goofy people believe exactly what the Republicans say, even though Republicans cannot govern. Okay? They cannot govern. And I hate to say that. I hate to say that they cannot govern. But every time we put them into power, they do not know how to govern people. The Republicans have never known how to govern people. At the core, the Republicans usually believe in the trickle-down economics. That's what they believe in. That's the core belief. Okay? The idea that if you cut taxes for the rich people, the money will eventually drop down into the poor people's hands. The problem is history has shown us that that doesn't work. That doesn't work, Pat McD. It doesn't work. You're the one that's lost if you continue to believe that it works. The rich are saving their money, investing their money, while us ordinary individual people, please, all these MAGA people in the comment section, I want you to put in the comment section, put in the chat, what did the big beautiful bill do for you? JDS, you're delusional. What did the big beautiful bill do for you guys? I want to know. Just y'all, I need to know two things. Don't talk about tits on taxes because that's trash. That ain't even right. Please put in the comment section what the big beautiful bill did for you all. And if you can't come up with nothing, then you're on the goofy train, and you need to start thinking about other shit. Cheap gas and stock market all the time. Yeah, I love the stock market. I love that, but that's not everyday work. That's a byproduct for the rich people. It has nothing to do. Cheap gas ain't got nothing to do with the president. President has the parties have nothing to do with the gas. Try again. Okay. Try again. When you put those tax cuts into place, it lowered the income tax rate by another 14%. Not for you. Trickle-down economics is that don't work. Okay? That never works. Okay? We focus, as a Democrat, we focus on programs that help the middle class and the working class, like affordable health care, child care, labor protections. So it's not that the Republicans say it's not that they don't care. They just prioritize rich people, hoping that the benefits that spread in practice will leave regular folks behind because it never works. And they're tied to big business and donors. None of that ever works. The whole point is every time we put a Republican into office, they don't know how to govern. And that's the problem. I wish they knew how to. I wish they knew how to. But it's always about some culture. It's always about a culture war. It's never about how we can help the American people. Why is it always about the culture war? It's always about who can hate who don't like who can do what, this, that, and the third. It's never about helping the American people. It's always about hurting someone. Always about hurting someone. Never about helping anybody. That's why I say the Republicans don't know how to govern. They never know how to govern. They only believe in trickle-down economics, and that's it. And that's no way to run a country.
Members of the House Democratic Caucus, who I want to thank for their grit, for their strength, for their intellect, for their heart, for their soul, and for their fight on behalf of the American people. We are in this fight until we win this fight for their people.
Oh shit, I'm
It's an
sorry.
high honor from the great state of.
So I'm hoping that somebody puts in the chat what the big beautiful bill has done for the American people. I'm talking about the people that make over 30,000 and the people that make less than 200,000. Please, 200,000. Please explain to me what that big beautiful bill has done for you. That's all I want to know. I want to know. Just put it in plain English. What did it do for you? And if it didn't do nothing for you, what the hell did you vote for the Republicans for? Tax breaks for the billionaires. Yes, it did, James Kirker. If you're a billionaire, it works for you. Is most of us in here billionaires? I'm just trying. No. Don't squirt. Don't go to Biden. Don't go to NAFTA. Don't go to crime bill. Don't go to nothing. I asked you, your clueless MAGA people in the chat, what did the big beautiful bill do for you? That's all we want to know. That's all we want to know.
From New Jersey, Tony, from the great state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, as well as Catherine, from the great state of Ohio, for their presence here today, for sharing their stories, for being here on behalf of more than 300 million Americans who are having to deal with the Republican healthcare crisis.
We already said, don't talk about no tax on tips. Don't talk about no individual tax. That don't mean jack shit. That don't mean jack shit. I asked you, what did it do? The rich people immediately got their tax cuts. Immediately got it permanently. What did they do? No. The 51. Democrats created 51 million jobs. The Republicans created 1 million. You just got to do what you got. The Republicans can never govern. They never know how to govern. They ain't never for anything. They never are for anything. It's always against something.
Mr. President, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm the House Democratic.
That's exactly what they're going to do, Chicky. They're going to let the Republican go fall on their face. But check this out. Watch what the president does for the next couple days. The president is going to start laying off. The president is going to go to the blue states. He's going to go to the Democratic states, and he's going to start messing around with their government, firing their government people in the blue states. That's how petty this president is. That's how petty he is. Because he doesn't care about the American people. He just cares about what he can do to get his way. But we're standing on making sure that everybody's premium doesn't go up 2-3 times. Okay? The Republicans they don't know how to govern. We always put them in regular normal people always put them in power, and they never know how to govern. They never do anything for the regular, ordinary individual person. Those tax on tips don't mean jack shit. That means nothing. That ain't no money.
Our caucus is 217 members strong. We serve in a separate and co-equal branch of government. We don't work for you, we work for the American people. We are fighting to lower the high cost of living and to protect the health care of everyday Americans.
A state tax, it doubled the exemption limit. Who the hell gets estate taxes? Who got that kind of money? Somebody who make 30,000 to 150,000 don't make that don't even apply for them. JDS, that don't apply to them. Boy, that's just I said put something practical in the chat that helps poor middle class people.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist.
No, don't call nobody names. Don't call no names. Just put in the chat what this big beautiful bill did to y'all for y'all. Besides that tax and tips bullshit that don't mean nothing. Tax on tip. Most people are not waiters. That's right, Rainbow Kid. They don't be thinking. It don't be thinking. Yeah, you, JDS, not the rest of us. Not the rest of us. I'm talking about overall. What did it do to help everyone? Overall, not just one person, not somebody who makes X, Y, and Z. Overall, what did this big, beautiful bill do for all of us regular people? No, I don't have no coupons. That's why I'm asking you to put it in the chat. That's why I'm asking y'all to put it in the chat.
And fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face. House Democrats are here on duty, fighting on behalf of the American people, ready to fund the government.
Most people, I said people between the 32, I think 32 is the 32,000 is the cutoff. That $2,000 don't help American people.
In a way that lifts up their quality of life. House Democrats are on duty. House Republicans are on vacation. Shame on them for being on vacation all across the country and across the world on the eve of a government shutdown. We're on duty. They're on vacation. They're on vacation because they.
Yeah, JDS, the Democratic Party is a mess right about now, but we do know one thing. We do know we're going to fight for the poor and the middle class. We got the morals and we know how to do that. We trying to figure out what the Republicans are fighting for. Tell me what they fighting for. I would love to know. What do the Republicans fight for? And don't tell me they fight for abortion, or don't tell me they fight for shit like or take the rights away from transsexual people. I said, what are they fighting for?
Shut the government down, then protect the health care of the American people. That's unfathomable. That's unacceptable.
This is the Republicans' top setting. Yikes.
That's unconscionable, and that's un-American. Do your job. As opposed to being missing in action. Now we'll hear from everyday Americans whose health care has been under assault by Republicans who have enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, triggered a possible $536 billion cut to Medicare because of what happened in their one big ugly bill. Hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health clinics are closing all across America, in rural America, in urban America, in the heartland of America, in small town America, in black and brown communities all across America because of what Republicans have done in terms of this healthcare crisis that they've created. And in just a few days, notices will go out to tens of millions of Americans because of the Republican refusal to extend the Affordable Care Act.
Maxine Waters, no, she look old as hell, for real. She look old as hell. And she got on green, which makes it just boom, right there in the face. I don't know where she, 80, see, we need term limits. We need to be fighting for shit like that. We need to get half of them out of there. They too old to be in there.
Tax credits, which will result in tens of millions of Americans experiencing dramatically increased premiums, co-pays, and deductibles in an environment where the cost of living is already too high. Our position is a simple one. Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save health care. That's what this fight is all about.
That's what the fight is all about. Saving healthcare. Okay? That's what it's about. Why won't the Republicans agree to it? Why won't they agree to save healthcare for everybody? They want to get rid of healthcare. They've always wanted to privatize healthcare, Medicare and Social Security. They always wanted to privatize it. This is their way to put it down that chute to get rid of it. They have always wanted to get rid of it. Okay? But nobody can tell us why. Why you want to get rid of it? We do just fine paying for it. If they stop giving the money away to these foreign countries, we could afford it.
Here, we're ready, we're willing and able to find a bipartisan path forward to fund the government.
You're not giving health care to illegals, Unc Andy. You got to start Googling shit. Stop listening to everything. They're lying. The Republicans are lying about health care, them giving it to illegal aliens. They're lying about that.
In a way that actually meets the needs of the American people in terms of their health, their safety, and their economic well-being.
That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about, the sage. You don't know what you're talking about.
But here's what we're not going to do.
Right.
We're not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people. Not now, not ever.
Yeah, you read it as plain as day. What did it get for you, Unc Andy? What did it do for you? No, I ain't seen y'all put it in the chat. I ain't seen not now one of y'all put anything in the chat. The everyday ordinary American that makes 50, 60,000, what did it do for them? Okay. What did it do? What did that big, beautiful bill do for somebody who makes 50,000? Cheap gas prices ain't got nothing to do with the president. President ain't got nothing to do with that.
We are here to lower the high cost of living. We're here to cancel the cuts. We're here to lower the costs. We're here to save the health care of the American people. And our promise to you, America, is that we will always stand up for what is in your best interest, to make your life better, to ensure that in this country, when you work hard and play by the rules.
Let's agree for this, please. There's states and then there's the federal government, right? The federal government can't use no money to help illegal aliens get Medicare, food stamps, any of that. But the state has special funds for those people. The state can give those people whatever they want. It's not the federal government giving them this stuff. When you hear of you hear of an illegal alien or somebody or whatever getting food stamps or getting whatever, those are state funds, not federal funds. Why y'all don't know this? Why y'all don't know none of this? They don't all get all their money from the federal government, G. They don't get all their money from there.
You can afford to live the good life for yourself, for your family, and for your children. And we know that an important part of that is protecting your health care. So we're here to protect your health care today, protect your health care tomorrow, protect your health care this week, protect your health care next week, protect your health care.
Don't the states bring in their own money, G. Shoemaker? Don't the states bring in their own money through taxes? Don't they bring in their own money? They use their own money to fund they have special funds for those people, and they're not government funds. It's illegal to use federal monies to help illegals. How many times we got to say that? They have money. How do you think California helps support red states? California helps support red states. The states make their own money. What? That's wild. It's wild that y'all don't know that.
This month.
That it's illegal.
Protect your health care next month. Protect your health care this year. protect your health care next year. We will protect your health care at all times and defend your health care until victory is won.
Thank you, zoned out. Please explain to them, please. It's not federal. When you see an illegal alien or somebody like that who getting those kind of benefits or whatever, it's state sanctioned. It's not federal sanctioned. Please.
My honor and privilege to now yield to the whip of the House Democratic Caucus and a champion for women, children.
President don't set gas prices, Johnny Mayer. President don't set gas prices.
Families, and the American people, the Honorable Catherine Clark.
Good morning. We thank Leader Jeffries. Our caucus stands with him because he's standing for the American people. And the American people are asking, is this the golden age that Donald Trump promised? Medicare about to be gutted by $500 billion with a T dollars. Nearly 20 million people about to lose their health insurance. Cuts to Medicaid that are already shutting down hospitals. Nursing homes are closing. Premiums are about to double.
Mitch, that's what I keep saying. They have the House, the Senate. They have all the shit they want. They still miserable. They still want to try to push us in a corner because we don't want to be bothered with them. They still mad that we don't want to have anything to do with them. They have everything they want, and they still turning around mad at us. Why y'all mad at us that we don't want to go along with y'all program? Just do y'all thing. We just want y'all to let us do our thing. I don't understand. You got everything you want. You rolled back the prices on the DEI. You got the House, the Senate, the presidency. You roll back DEI. You roll back trans rights. You roll back all the stuff that y'all wanted to roll back, and y'all still mad. I don't understand why y'all won't leave us alone. Go do your thing over there wherever y'all doing it. Leave us alone. Let us do. We will be more than happy to deal with the diversity over here. Just leave us alone. Yes, I'm a libertard, Solo. That's smart. That's really smart.
And the notice is go out tomorrow.
They got everything and still want us to submit. We ain't never submitting. We're never going to go to submit to you guys. We just ain't doing it.
Oh, working people can't afford that. Small businesses can't stay open with costs that are exploding around them.
Don't make sense, Joe. Don't make sense.
And with all the damage that they are doing, you would think Republicans would at least show up for work. Well, we'll tell you what, Democrats are here. We're here to keep government open. We're here to keep hospitals open. We're here to keep children insured.
We're never gonna like you, Joe. We just ain't gonna never like y'all. That's all it is. We ain't never gonna like y'all. We just ain't.
We're here to keep healthcare affordable. We're here to lower costs for the American people. And Republicans may have skipped town,
Right.
But you know who always shows up? Moms. Moms like our next speaker. Teresa Luoni is here to share what this fight means to her family, because moms are feeling the pain right now. Moms don't know if they'll be able to afford that next visit to the pediatrician. Moms-to-be can't even find an open maternity ward near their house. And Republicans think they should just foot the bill, $15,000 to pay for their own delivery. Moms who are horrified that 40% of the kids in this country. I
listened to those two talk. They foo la la. This is Bernie Sanders. Y'all want to listen to Bernie Sanders. When Bernie said 20 years ago, this is what Bernie Sanders said. Just listen. Just listen. Wait a minute, hold on. Just listen. Can I get it on here? Hold on. Here we go. I hope I can get it on here correctly, because I'll never get it on here correctly. Okay, here we go. Hold on. All right, where is it at? Okay. He's talking about Bernie Sanders. Let him talk. Here we go. Y'all can't hear Bernie? Wait a minute. Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me redo. Hold on. Let me redo. Let me redo it. Hold on. Something is going on with the okay. Here. Let me pull it up again. Okay. Let's hope we can hear this. Hold on.
Republicans win, even though no one likes their actual policies.
If you are the Republican leadership, and this is what your goals are to give huge tax breaks to the very richest people in this country. Your goals are ultimately to privatize Social Security so that Wall Street can make money from that. Privatize Medicare so the insurance companies can make more money. Privatize education. Do away with public schools.
Right.
Now, if you had an agenda like that and you went before the American people, tax breaks for the rich, destruction of Medicare, destruction of Social Security as we know it, lowering the minimum wage or abolishing it, how many votes do you think you'd get? Not a whole lot. Maybe the richest 1% would vote for you. But that's not a lot of votes. So what do? Got a problem. You package it. How do you package it? And here I want you to pay attention to me. This is bad stuff. What you do is divide people up. Divide people up by races. Affirmative action becomes one issue. All them black people are getting the jobs that we white people used to have. Split people, working class, white against black, instead of working together to create decent jobs for all. Those uppity women now, they want the right to choose. We'll split people on the abortion issue. We'll split people up on the gun issue. We'll split people up on religious issues. You follow what I'm saying? So you split people up, and then they end up, if you're a middle-class person, voting against your own interests, and the rich go laughing all.
Trump won the presidency this year. Here's a video of
Wait a minute. Hold on. Doggone it. No, I didn't. Oh, shit. But y'all got the, I don't know how to work this doggone thing. I don't know how to work Bernie at all.
Likes their actual policies.
If you are the Republican leadership, and this is what your goals are to give huge tax breaks to the very richest people in this country. Your goals are ultimately to privatize Social Security so that Wall Street can make money from that. Privatize Medicare so the insurance companies can make more money. Privatize education. Do away with public schools.
Right.
Now, if you had an agenda like that and you went before the American people,
right,
tax breaks for the rich, destruction of Medicare, destruction of Social Security as we know it, lowering the minimum wage or abolishing it, how many votes do you think you'd get? Not a whole lot. Maybe the richest 1% would vote for you. But that's not a lot of votes. So what do?
Right.
Got a problem. You package it. How do you package it? And here I want you to pay attention to me. This is bad stuff. What you do is divide people up. Divide people up by races. Affirmative action becomes one issue. All them black people are getting the jobs that we white people used to have. Split people, working class, white against black, instead of working together to create decent jobs for all. Those uppity women now, they want the right to choose. We'll split people on the abortion issue. We'll split people up on the gun issue. We'll split people up on religious issues. You follow what I'm saying?
Richard,
so you split people up, and then they end up, if you're a middle-class person, voting against your own interests, and the rich go laughing all the way to the bank.
Trump won the presidency this year. Here's a video of Bernie Sanders.
That was Bernie. That was Bernie explaining how they do it, how the Republicans do it, how they start the culture war. It's always about culture war. It's never about policy. It's never what they can do to help the American people. Basically, that's what happened. Okay? They talk about immigration, gender, religion, wokeness. So they grab the attention and they stir the emotions in a way that healthcare policy and budgets don't. If you're arguing about trans drag queens every hour on the hour, people gonna start hating trans drag queens. You're not talking about how the Republicans don't know how to govern. You're not talking about the fact that they never give anything to the middle class. If you're talking about gay people, if you're talking about gay people, you're never talking about why we never get any tax cut, why we never get no money. It's always about trying to make people hate each other. Okay? We're not on the Democratic plantation. I think there's something wrong on y'all's side. That's why I keep telling you, Osmo, stop pointing to my side. Take accountability for your side. If it ain't about gun, if it ain't about abortion, it ain't about religion, it ain't about transunion, it ain't about gay people, y'all don't have nothing else to talk about. It's always against something. It's never for anything. Y'all never take accountability for any of those things. We want to have a fight about policy. We want to have a fight about the Medicare and the Medicaid and the health insurance. We want to have that fight. Why is it we can't never have that fight? Why we got to talk about illegal immigrants when we're talking about health care for everybody? We can't never have the right fight because the Republicans are never honest brokers. And the people that they govern have never taken a good look at them and said, why are we fighting for transunion people when we should be fighting for health care? We should be giving children lunch in school. Okay? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's gonna, the sad part is they will never get it because the culture wars always work. If you're talking about gay people, you're not talking about the health care that they're taking away. Right now, they're taking away people's health care. They're taking away people's Medicaid. They're taking away people's Medicare. And all people can think about is illegal immigrants. All they can think about is they want to give my money to those immigrants. They don't want we don't want the trans people to have rights. That's all they want to talk about. You never talk about giving kids free lunch money. Okay? You're just sad, the SIG. You're just sad. Okay? Money and donor influence is always the route that they go. Okay? Big donors and corporations fund much of the Republican politics. Those groups benefit from low taxes and deregulation and weak labor protections, which go against the regular, everyday, average man. Okay? So this party avoids any serious economic issues, reforms that would help the middle class. And it's always about the rich donors. They learn to lean. I guarantee you, that's all you're going to hear is culture. That's all you're going to hear is illegal immigrants all this time, all week long, when it comes to the Republicans. That's all you're going to hear is the illegal immigrant. They want to give the illegal immigrants X, Y, and Z. And since we got low information voters, People that don't read, people that don't Google. That's all they care about. Oh, you Democrats just want to give our money away. You just want us to pay for the illegal immigrants. Okay. It's never about policy. It's always about the gays, the immigration, the immigrants, Islamophobia, race. It's always about something to do with the culture. It's never about the policies. Okay. Never. And that's why I say the Republicans don't know how to govern. If you're always lying to keep your base riled up, then they don't watch what you do behind their backs. They never watch what they do behind their backs. They can't say one word about what the big beautiful bill has done to the regular average middle of the road middle class family. They can't say one thing or another. Okay? Because they have nothing to say. I just don't understand. We get poorer and poorer every year, and they still vote for the party that makes them poorer and poorer every year. Okay? Every year. It's always about what you hate, and it's never about what we want to do, how we want to move the country forward. It's easy to rile people up about the gay people, okay? Or the trans people. Or they trying to indoctrinate your kids. You all hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, hit the hate button. Hit the button somehow, some way, please and thank you. I don't even know how many people we had in here. I would appreciate it. I need 10 more likes. I need 10 more likes. 15 more likes, if you would, please. I'm not here denigrating the Republicans. I'm just saying that they don't know how to govern. They're not going to govern from a position of faith or position of honesty. They're just not going to do that. Okay? They're just not going to govern from a position of honesty. And I know, and we can't trust you if you're not going to put America first. America first means you stop sending money overseas and you start putting money here in the United States. That means we should be able to fund healthcare, make sure all of our premiums don't go sky high. We should be able to give kids school lunches for free. We should be able to house our veterans, pay for our veterans, pay for our help our elderly. We should be able to do all of these things. And the Republicans have not thought about doing any of these things. They've only thought about helping their donors. Okay. They never want to do any of those things. That's why I say they don't know how to govern. There's a reason why there's a reason why the economy goes to hell and back when a Republican gets into office. Okay, it's always a reason why the budget or the economy goes into the tank after a Republican has gotten out of the White House. It has happened every time. Because the first thing they start to do is give tax cuts to the rich. That's the first thing that they do. None of y'all even met a trans. And we always having people talk about trans. We always have people talking about gay people. They don't make your life better or worse. Yet, here we are, we have people in the chat talking about they don't want to take care. They don't want to take care of their veterans, Pat. They don't want to take care of them. The Republicans don't care about taking care of anybody in the American United States. The only thing they care about is taking care of their donor wallets. Okay. I'm to the point where I believe both parties are the same. Both parties are the same. The only difference is the Democrats at least pretend like they want to help the poor people. The Republicans don't. They never do. Okay? They never do. It's always about the culture war. Okay? It's always about the culture war. It's simple to rile people up. It's simple. Okay? Anger and fear are powerful political tools that the Republicans use all the time. And it gives the Republicans endless opportunity. Excuse me. It gives the Republicans endless opportunities to stroke those scared people scared. Okay? They're scared of gay people, scared of trans people, and then those become the issue. People voted for Republican. People voted for Donald Trump because they were scared about some transphobic people in the bathroom. Scared about transformers in the bathroom. Gay people in the bathroom. So let me vote for Trump. At least they ain't for the gay people. At least they ain't for the trans people. But they not for you either. So, okay. They're not giving Medicare to the illegals. This is what if I say Donald Trump is the shittiest president ever, shittiest president ever, shittiest president ever, shittiest president, will you believe me? Because that's where you get your information from. If you hear them say that they giving the stuff to illegals 20 times, you're gonna start believing it. That's the whole point of doing your own research. Yes, you can't tell me why you voted for him. Why did you vote for him, Holly Moon? What are you voting for? You know what I'm for? I'm for helping my elderly, helping my veterans, taking care of disabled, and helping the poor kids. These are 4 things that I'm for. What are the 4 things that you're for? Instead of saying, I don't trans them gay, tell me what you're for. Because can't nobody tell me what they for. They always tell me what they're against. I don't want them gay people to do X, Y, and Z. I don't want them trans people to be in my bathroom. What are you for? I'm for the disabled, handicapped, veterans, poor kids. That's what I'm for. And not one time has the Republican platform included any of those things. That's why I don't vote for Republicans, because their platform does not include any one of those things. So the question is, what do y'all believe in? Y'all against everything? You against the gays? You against the blacks? You against the transformers? You against the illegal? What are you for? Hell, I'm against the illegal aliens. I'm against transformers. I'm against them things. But I'm for handicapped, the elderly, poor kids, and disabled veterans. What are you for? I don't want to hear what you're against. What are you for? And none of y'all come out here and say anything about what you're for. It's always, I hate the libs. It's never nothing about what you want, how you want the world to be. It's never what you want to take care of, what you care about. It's never about anything like that. That's why I say the Republicans never say what they want to be for. That's why they can't govern. They never are good stewards of our economy. Never. Because you can never say what they for. It's always about gays and trans and immigrants and I can't stand y'all. My country is fucked up and blah, blah, blah. It's never about what the beauty of the country is about, what we can do better. Maybe if we stop giving money away overseas, maybe we can have better X, Y. It's never about doing something nice for the middle class. For the middle class, 30,000 or above to 150,000. It's never about doing anything to that group with that group of people. I'm trying to help the group of people in the middle. Don't give me the shit about trans. Don't give me the shit about gay people. I don't give a fuck about those people. I care about them 4 things that I said. And you can call me a libertard. You can call me as delusional as you want to. At least I stand for something. At least I will stand for something. Stop sending money overseas and help our veterans. Stop sending money overseas and help our elderly. Stop sending money overseas and help us put America first. That's what I believe in. What do y'all believe in? Or do y'all just believe in hating people? Because that's all I'm having it. That's all I seem to be getting from you Republicans today is hate. It's just like you hate me. You don't want to tell me what you're for. I asked you what did the big beautiful bill do for the people between 30,000 and 150? Y'all couldn't tell me that. Everybody was talking about tax cuts that don't mean jack shit right now, that don't help with no food prices, that don't help with no rental regulation. It don't help with none of that. All I hear people say is those gay people, those trans people. I don't hear nothing about what you're for. Nothing about what you're for. And that's what makes me upset, because nobody comes up with nothing for what you're for. Okay? It's always about what we against. Okay? The middle class and blue collar Americans are not Democrats. Why would you say that? We all did. You're a middle class person, and so am I. I'm a Democrat. So how is it that we ain't Democrats? There's Democrats all throughout Middle America, and it's definitely Republicans all throughout Middle America. Yet they never do anything for the middle class. They never want to do anything for the middle class. Never. Okay. So, but the first time about next time 30. See, then that's my thing. The only thing you can do is when you are lying. I don't know how I'm lying when I'm a Democrat and I'm in the middle. But no, we ain't gonna lose the midterm. We gonna win the midterms, cause the Republicans done pissed off the illegal immigrants. They done pissed off the regular people. You done deported their family. They mad. They gonna vote for the Democrat. That's wild. That's wild. I'm on a plantation. I don't understand how you think I'm the one that's on a plantation when you can't give me one thing that the big beautiful bill gave to you. Your signature legislation, the beauties, the jewels, and the lovely things should have fell down onto you poor people. I ain't seen one person say nothing about what they got from the big beautiful bill. Not one thing. But I'm the person that's on the plantation, J. Krogs. I'm the one that's on plantation. What did your Republican people do for y'all? What did they give y'all? I ain't heard one thing about what they gave y'all. Not one thing. What did y'all get? Taxes on tips? What the fuck that mean? That don't mean jack shit. They didn't lower no gas prices. No, they didn't lower no food prices. They didn't lower no housing. They didn't do nothing. That's the problem. They don't do anything. Okay. They're not hard rocker. They're not giving. Oh God. I can't make y'all read. I can't make y'all read.
I want to remind you of a couple of key facts. Everybody can remember, I think, back to 2020.
Can't make y'all read.
In the presidential debate for all the candidates on the Democrat side,
right.
You might remember famously they were asked the question, raise your hand, they said on the stage,
right.
If you believe that illegal aliens should receive health care paid for by American taxpayers.
And they're going to say it every 5 minutes. Illegal aliens get health care. Illegal aliens get health care. Health care. Illegal aliens going to get health care. And y'all believe it. Instead of doing research, you all believe it. Thank you to Healism, new member. Thank you very much. And Repink, thank you for the new member super sticker. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I need about 10 likes, 10 or 15 likes, please, and thank you. Likes or dislikes, whichever one suits your fancy, but I need some engagement, please, and thank you. Okay, please and thank you. I'm still waiting for someone to put into the chat what this big beautiful bill did for people who make between 30,000 and 150,000. I'm waiting for somebody to put that in the chat. What did it do for us? What did it do for you? Nobody can explain what it did for them, but everybody has an opinion. And what are you for? What is everybody for? What are the Republicans for? What do they believe in? I don't know. They haven't shown us that they believe in anything. Okay.
Every single one of them raised their hand, to great applause in the audience from the Democrats who were there. Those hands included Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, what did they do? Did they follow through on that promise? Yeah, they absolutely did. Joe Biden used executive orders, and he expanded benefits, health care to illegal aliens in his 4-year term. That was an outrageous violation of the existing federal law and of the principles of good stewardship. Those resources are not meant for people who break the law and come into our country. They're meant for U.S. citizens. And so they watered down these health programs. It was terribly dangerous. Then, so we got the majority. President Trump has returned to the Oval Office with a mandate of 75 million Americans, this big popular vote win. The House Republicans received our largest popular vote total in the history of this institution. Republicans went immediately to work. And we passed the one big beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut. And we fulfilled all the promises that we made. One of the key promises that we made, because you all know that the open border was probably the #1 issue in the election cycle, was that we would end that madness. We would cut off resources, hard-earned taxpayer dollars by American citizens not going to reward people for breaking our law and coming over the border. And we did that. The one big beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut, included a huge provision. A big chunk of that bill was the health provisions. Now, why are we saying that they want to return and restore tax?
Not every family is going to receive that $600. It's an average median benefit under certain income levels and assumption. That don't mean everybody's getting that $600, okay? It's a temporary phase out of higher income. For instance, the no tax on tips deduction has a cap, $25,000, and begins phasing out above certain income thresholds. It only go up to $25,000. Some tax changes are permanent, okay, while others are temporary under that law. $600 is plausible typical benefit under certain conditions. It's not guaranteed cut for everyone. So yeah, the law claims the $600 tax credit or extra cut for average households making under $100,000. But whether you personally will see $600 depends on your income deduction, whether you receive tips or overtime. So it's not a benefit for every American. That's the problem. They got y'all snowed with that.
Taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens, because that's exactly what they did. When they rejected the clean CR that we sent over, the Senate Democrats, Chuck Schumer, filed a counter proposal. Now, what was in that counter proposal? You can see it for yourselves. In fact, if you're watching at home, go to my website right now, speaker.gov. Go to the press releases tab and you'll see it. It's listed right there. Just click on it. I'd like you to turn in your hymnals to page 57, okay? Section 2141. It is there in black letter. They filed this. This is not a talking point. This is what they proposed. They wanted to add, instead of the clean CR that keeps the government open for 7 more weeks to allow us to finish the work, they proposed a wild list of partisan priorities. Among them, they want to return $500 million to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting to prop up left-leaning and biased media organizations. We're not doing that. The American people don't want us to do that. We don't need the Corporation for Public Broadcasting funded by taxpayers anymore.
Said it could see a tax cut. It will vary depending on your filing status, deductions, and whether you receive tips or overtime, and what state you're from. Not everybody is not going to get a tax cut. Not everybody is getting that money. That's wild. Not everybody's getting that money. That's wow.
Anymore, because we're in their age of ubiquitous media. There's what, 200 of you guys here? There's so many outlets. We don't need
At
to do that.
MD, you
They're
don't.
not going to do that.
That tells
They
me
also,
you don't read.
they wanted to.
It tells me you don't read. Because if you didn't know anything about the infrastructure bill, then you would know that he gave you the infrastructure bill and the CHIPS Act. Those are things that helped all of us. So what are you talking about, Pat McD? Man, y'all got to read, man. Stop. You got to read.
Cut in the Democrats' counterproposal. I want you to read it for yourself. Speaker.gov. Go there and check it out. They want to remove the rural.
President don't have nothing to do with the gas prices. Don't have nothing to do with gas prices, Pat MD.
Hospital fund that Republicans fought so hard to put into the One Big Beautiful Bill. We set $50 billion aside to take care of rural hospitals. Why would Chuck Schumer want to get rid of that? I don't know.
They set $50 billion aside for the rural hospitals. Those are the first things that are going to be knocked off the block by this big, beautiful bill. Those are the first things that's going under because of the big, beautiful bill is these rural hospitals. It's going to be devastating for them. Devastating.
A lot of those rural hospitals are in red states. You have to decide for yourself what the motivations are here. But they say they're for health care. Why would they want to do that? The other thing that they put in there is very important. And on page 57 in section 2141, not a Republican talking point, read from the Democrats' document themselves. Yeah. They said that they want to repeal.
Rural hospitals are already closing. It's because they've already anticipated this bill devastating those hospitals. And they're in the Republican states. Most of them are in the Republican states. And they just voted to kill their own health care. They just voted to kill their own health care.
Heal the health provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill. And why is that so important? Because I want to tell you what those health provisions did. They eliminated all of the taxpayer-funded benefits going to illegals. There was an amendment.
You notice that's all. The only horn they got is to talk about the illegals. They ain't talking about the fact that they just gutted all of the rural hospitals, gutted Meals on Wheels for the seniors. They gutted extra those food banks, food places like that for the elderly, benefits for the veterans. They ain't saying the things that they cut. They just mentioning this illegal stuff. Yes, the illegal stuff is a lie because they have to sell it to the goofy MAGA crowd. The goofy MAGA crowd think they ain't cutting stuff for the regular people. They're cutting stuff for our elderly, our veterans, and for the poor people. They're cutting all those things for those people and the rural hospitals in Republican states. Okay? They don't think, you can't think past your nose. No more freebies. Ain't nobody getting no freebies. You mean to tell me freebies are for the veterans? Our veterans can't get no freebies? That's for the veterans? They cut the benefits for the veterans and the elderly and the handicapped FC? What are you talking about?
That was sent over to the Senate to ensure that illegals would not be.
They don't care about the Canadian borders because they speak English, Ty Pro. They speak English. They don't care about them. They care about, and that's where most of the people come in the border at, through Canada. But they don't care about that. They care about the brown people, child. They care about the brown people.
Be getting health care paid for by taxpayer dollars. Illegal aliens, okay? 43 of the 47.
These are the religious people they always talking about.
This is just
always talking about religious people.
The bill was signed into law July 4th, and we cut all of that out. Let me tell you what some of those things are. The Democrats' counterproposal CR, the dirty CR we call it, as opposed to the clean CR, would result in nearly $200 billion.
This is what I've been asking people, is to put something substantial in the what big beautiful bill. What did it do for them? Tax cuts. Don't nobody give a damn about tax cuts. What we care about is lowering the food prices. What we care about is lowering housing prices. What we care about is bringing money back from overseas and stop paying for foreign wars. That's what we care about. We don't care about all this other bullshit tax cuts. Tax cuts ain't gonna do you no good. And everybody and their mama know the minute you get your taxes gone. So the difference between getting $200 on your taxes and making sure they bring money back over here from overseas don't compare. That's what we trying to tell. It don't compare.
Dollars being spent on illegal aliens and other non-citizens. Let me be specific. This is just a few of the reforms that we put in that they want to repeal and reverse. Number one, a provision that closes the California loophole. Now, that's a provision that's also been adopted by states like New York and Michigan and Massachusetts. Other states have followed, other blue states. The California loophole allows...
Everybody wants lower taxes. Everybody wants fair taxes. We want fair taxes. If I got to pay tax, then so do the rich people. If I got to pay taxes, then so do the rich people. And they don't get to pull loopholes out of their ass where they don't have to pay nothing. That's my point. Okay? Pat, stop talking about illegal immigrants. Start talking about what they do for you, not what you're against. You're always talking about what you're against. Start talking about what you're for.
Allows taxpayer-funded Medicaid for illegal aliens. We eliminated that in the big, beautiful bill. Their repeal, their counteroffer is to repeal and reverse that. That would cost $34 billion of U.S. taxpayers.
Yes, they're talking about getting the health care back. Okay, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about getting the health care back that they cut away, the Medicaid that they cut out. We wouldn't be able to pay for anything if we didn't pay no taxes, Almost. We have to have taxes. You have to have taxes. The whole point is to make the taxes fair. No, people don't want to care about. They have to pay for taxes. You have things you got to pay for. This country has to pay for roads, buildings, all kinds of stuff. It's the whole point is that we paying higher taxes than we need to. Okay? So make everybody pay their fair share. Jimmy, they're not giving illegal aliens health care.
Fair funds. Number two, a provision that prohibits Medicaid from paying more for emergency care provided to illegal aliens than it does for American patients who are disabled.
It doesn't matter how many times they say it. Dim's tears taste great. It doesn't matter how many times they say it. It's a lie. It's a lie. So I'm saying I don't care about Democrat or Republican. I care about four things: our veterans, the elderly, handicapped, and poor children. That's it. The rest of y'all go fuck off. I care about them four things. And whatever party gives me those four things, that's what I care about. Taking care of the elderly, the handicapped, the disabled, and poor kids. That's it. If the Republicans came with a proposal that took care of them four things, me and the Republicans would be rocking. But the Republicans ain't doing that. Okay? And the Democrats, that's what they say and normally will do. Okay? That's it. You got to be for something. You can't be against everything. You got to be for something. Okay? You can't just be against something just so you can get the best of me. Be for something. I'm for four things: elderly, disabled, handicapped, veterans. I'm for those four things. What are you for? Don't tell me about trans and gay and all that other bullshit. What are you for?
Or elderly or children. We eliminated that in their counter proposal that they have filed that you can read yourself. They want to repeal that. That would cost taxpayers $28 billion.
Right.
Here's another one. Number three, they've counter proposed a provision that ends the Obamacare funding for non-citizens. The cost of that repeal would be $91 billion to all of you.
Talking to me, what are you talking to me? You're not acknowledging anything they do. What what exactly did somebody put in the chat, what did the Republicans do that helped poor people, the veterans, the elderly, and the handicapped? Put in the chat what that big, beautiful deal did for those four groups of people. Unique, you specifically. Put it in the chat what that big, beautiful bill did for them four things. And then all of a sudden she gonna mention transgenders or gay people.
Taxpayers, hardworking American citizens would be funding that.
Don't nobody care about no gay people or no transgender people. I said, what have they done for those groups of people? What have they done for the lesser of our people? What have they done to party us people, Americans first? They sent $100 billion overseas. They can't take $2 billion back and try to help the country.
A provision that repeals the Obamacare special rule for immigrants. That cost would be $27 billion for taxpayers. A provision that ends Medicaid funding.
No, that ain't helping the poor people. Not at all.
For those improperly granted.
That's Cola. You just heard what I care about. So now I'm a liar, right? I care more about the gays and trans. I just told you all what I care about. Every person that I've talked to since I've been on this internet knows I care about them four things. That's it. Okay? Don't tell me I care about gays and trans. That's not what I care about. I care about those four things that I told y'all.
Asylum and
whatever party addresses that, then I'm ready to deal with that party. And so far, the Democrats are the only ones that are dealing with trying to help the poor. The big beautiful bill didn't help the poor people.
Parole under President Biden's open borders. The cost of that would be $6 billion. I think that's actually a low estimate. You know, President Biden intentionally opened the border and Kamala Harris for 4 straight years. By some estimates, 20 million illegal aliens.
Jimmy, I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe the castration of kids. I just know that you don't. You would have to be really off your rocker to believe that has been happening. You just really would have to be.
Aliens came from every country all around the world. A lot of dangerous people came into the country. And you know what they did? They granted them all asylum. They gave them all this parole status so that they could roll on to taxpayer benefits.
Osmos, don't tell me what I see and what I don't see. I've been on this planet longer than you. I see more than you do. Y'all need to start Googling. Yes, Googling is free. Google is free. It really is.
We've all been funding that. Republicans said, no, that does not comport with common sense. We're going to do right by
Ain't nobody chemically castrating kids, Jimmy.
Americans and not everybody else. We're not going to incentivize illegal immigration. And that's exactly what Biden and Harris did. It's what President Trump ran on to end. And we did that.
That's
it took the president about 2 months and they closed that border tight. We don't have that problem anymore, but we still got to deal with the tens of millions of people who are here illegally.
It's apps all over the place that people can Google and get the right information. People in the chat right now believe that the Democrats shut the government down for illegal immigrants. There's still some people in the chat that believe that. I don't know what conspiracy theories people are talking about. This is wild.
Working on that. So the Democrats' so-called reasonable counterproposal would reverse all those common sense reforms I just listed and more. And I don't want you to take our word for it. I don't want you to regard this as some talking point. I want
he said, don't take your word for it. Look it up. Y'all look it up. He said, don't take his word for it. Look it up. Don't listen to what they say. Look the stuff up. Okay? Look the stuff up.
I want you to go read it for yourselves. Speaker.gov, go to press releases. You'll see it's the first thing listed. Click on the bill and go through it yourself and you'll see it. The result of all this would be $200 billion at least in taxpayer-funded benefits going straight to illegal aliens. Those are the...
How are they going straight to illegal aliens? How would it go to straight illegal aliens? Y'all haven't read the illegal, that it says it's illegal for illegal. Y'all haven't read, or y'all don't know that it's illegal for you to use federal programs? federal money to help illegal aliens? Y'all don't know that? Why we got to keep saying it? Why people got to keep saying it? I don't understand.
Simple facts. They cannot refute it. We have been making the rounds in all the media and every mainstream media outlet that we can get to over the last few days.
Yes, it
And
is.
no one,
Yes, it is,
no
John.
one can
Yes, it
challenge
is.
the facts that are on the paper. It's right there for everybody to see themselves. We have lots to say about that, and I'll answer some questions, but I want you to hear from the rest of the leadership team. And our majority leader who's been working really hard on all this is Mr. Steve Scalise. Leader?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as we mark day 2 of Chuck Schumer's shutdown, we know.
And the whole point is this: we fact checked it. The Republicans are saying that the Democrats are holding up funds so we can help the illegal immigrants. Do the fact checking. Go through any fact checker that you want to go to and find out the real deal of what the fight is about. But that's all we care about, is listening to people instead of fact checking. And I did say to y'all, tell me something that you for, not what you're against. Yeah, they said they holding up funds to illegals. Now, Osmos, you come up here and you act like you got 2 or 3 brain cells to rub together. You should have been done fact check this.
That there is a very straightforward way out of this, and that is for Senate Democrats to join with Senate Republicans and vote for the bill that opens up the government and allows negotiations to continue. Surely by opening up the government again, it doesn't resolve all of our differences, but it allows us to negotiate without Chuck Schumer holding the American people hostage. That's really what's going on here. You know, we had a vote on this House floor 2 weeks ago, and 99% of House Democrats voted to shut the government down, led by their...
I'm going to say it again. When you see an illegal person getting any kind of benefit, it's funded through the state that they're in. It's not funded by the government. How do I keep saying that? It's not funded by the federal government. It's funded by the funds from the state. The federal government, it's illegal for the federal government to use funds to help illegal aliens get SNAP, food stamps, benefits, any of those things. How many times do I got to keep saying that they can't use federal funds to help illegal aliens? How many times do I have to say it? They can't use federal funds to help the aliens. They use state funds to help the illegal aliens. State funds. States make their own money. States make money. So therefore the states is funding the illegal alien stuff that they do, not the federal government. How many times we got to say it? It's illegal for the federal government to give them food stamps, SNAP, anything like that. How many times I got to say it before you listen? The state funds those things. Stop saying it's federal funds. It's not federal fund. The states make their own money. The states use their money. They allocate their money to help. They have a fund. It's called a fund. They use a fund they have in their state to help illegal aliens. They have a fund. The state fund money, not federal money. How many times we got to keep saying that? How many times do we got to keep saying it?
Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, whipped their members to vote to shut the government down. And so they're running around this town right now doing podcasts and trying to be commentators.
So therefore, right off the bat, the Republicans are lying about the Democrats wanting to give illegal aliens money, because the federal government can't give illegal people money. That's why the Republicans are lying right off the bat. That is state money. God, how many times do I gotta say it? Look it up. Yes, you need to do more research.
They're doing everything but being legislators. When they had an opportunity to actually govern, House Democrats voted to shut the government down. And now that the government's shut down, they're trying to blame somebody else for what they did. They voted to do this. They can get bailed out by Senate Democrats. The bill is still sitting over in the Senate. And so rather than trying to figure out who to assign blame to, what they should do is go over to the Senate, talk to their Senate Democrat counterparts and say, Senate Democrats, Chuck Schumer, open up the government again. And then let's have a negotiation over our differences. President Trump, you saw Vice President Vance as well saying, we will negotiate, but not while you're holding hostages of the American people. There are real differences we can negotiate. You know, they want to talk about all the Obamacare increases in premiums that they caused families. Obamacare is the healthcare law of the land, and it's leading to higher premiums for families.
I appreciate the chat, Jimmy. You need to stop with your rhetoric and do actual research, please. I did do research. I'm not saying anything that I haven't researched. Okay.
There are a lot of conversations that people can have about how to fix those problems. Throwing hundreds of billions of new taxpayer dollars to things like funding illegal alien healthcare is not the answer to that problem. And it surely is not the reason for Democrats to be shutting down the government. And yet that's what they're doing. Some of their own leaders have confirmed that's why they're shutting down the government. And it's unacceptable to most American people who just want the government to work for them and deserve that. And we had a vote on the House floor. You can go look at that vote and see that over 99.
You all go look up PRWORA. I put it in chat for y'all. PRWORA. Okay. P.L.104. Wait a minute, what is it? 104-193. Go look it up. Go look it up. Okay. It's the law that bars undocumented illegal immigrants from receiving federally funded benefits. Go look that up. PRWOR PL 104-193. It's the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act of 1996 that says it's illegal to give illegal aliens money, food stamps, any of those programs. Please look it up. Why do I got to keep saying that? Please look it up. I just put it in the chat. Go look it up. That's the law that bars undocumented illegal immigrants from receiving food stamps, welfare programs. The state gives them those things. If you see the state, you see illegal aliens getting those things, it's from the state, not the federal government. Please look it up. I just put it in the chat. Woo! Why I got to look up stuff? Y'all need to look up stuff.
9% of Democrats voted to shut the government down. It's a real vote that we held, and that bill is still sitting in the Senate. We stand ready to negotiate on a lot of differences. We are in a conference committee right now on 3 of the.
No, you're off your rocker. You're off your rocker. Gary, if you haven't looked up the thing I just put in the chat, you're off your rocker if you haven't looked it up. That's just dumb. You're just dumb.
The appropriations bills, and Tom Cole and his appropriators have passed all 12 of the bills out of committee. John Thune, to his credit, changed course from the old days of Chuck Schumer when Chuck Schumer ran the Senate and didn't bring any of the appropriations bills out of committee. They're now moving those bills in the Senate. And so we can have a broader negotiation on how to properly fund government, how to properly set priorities over funding government, which, by the way, shouldn't be complicated. It's what every family does sitting around their kitchen table. They figure out how to properly budget their households. Businesses do this all the time. A small business whether it's good times or bad, has to sit down and figure out how to make the budget work. Washington needs to do the same thing. And that means House Democrats and Senate Democrats need to stop holding temper tantrums, stop making $1.5 trillion demands for illegal alien funding, and vote to open up the government, release the hostages, and let's go get back to a negotiation over what the priorities of this country really should be. President Trump has proven he's ready to negotiate again. He brought all the leaders to the White House just a few days ago. He stands ready to resolve this, but the ball's in Chuck Schumer's hands right now. He has chosen to shut down the government, and he can't articulate any real reason except that they want to take things like $50 billion away from rural.
No, I know the law, Osmos. You can't contradict it. I know the law. They don't know the law. They ain't put it in the chat. Not one of them put nothing in the chat. If you ain't looked it up, don't say you know what you're talking about. That don't even make sense. You cannot get federal funding, welfare, food stamps, or anything else from the federal government. Okay?
Hospitals to fund health care for illegals. And the speaker laid it out incredibly clearly. It's not.
But that's not legally getting stuff, CJ. Not legally getting stuff. What man? I don't believe a damn thing these men are saying on the screen. Not one damn thing, because they lying.
Some hypothetical.
Because I've researched it 3, 4, 5 times, many times. I've researched it. Okay? I don't believe a damn thing these people on this TV say. I don't believe none of them on this TV say what they say on this TV. Because they all lying. They all lie. So that's the whole point of doing the research. Stop listening to people. Stop listening to people on TV. Do your own research. I just gave you the law. I just gave you the law. I just gave y'all the law that says illegal immigrants cannot get funds like food stamps and all that. I just gave you the law. I just gave you the law. I don't need to open my mind up, Jimmy. I just gave you the law. $5, Jimmy Burris, thank you. I don't completely agree with Trump on a few things, but he's right on this. I hope he uses this shutdown to fire these idiots. You can't fire the Senate or the House, okay? Can't fire the Senate or the House. And if I have my way, we'll have an impeachment in 2026 if I have my way. No, they're not interested in the truth. They're not. You're not interested in the truth. I just told you there's a federal law against them getting it. What do you mean I'm closed-minded? Where the fuck am I going to go if the law is against the law? Okay? Where the fuck am I going to go, Jimmy, if it's against the law? I just said to you all, the state has other programs that will give them money. I know I said that. I know I said that a couple times, that the state can choose to give them money. I know I said that. I know I said that.
Hypothetical. Chuck Schumer filed an alternative government funding bill, and it includes getting rid of all the verifications on things like making sure illegals can't get those taxpayer-funded benefits. They want illegals to get free health care benefits, and they're willing to shut the government down to do it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if the Democrats get the House and the Senate, I'm pretty sure they're gonna impeach his ass. They ain't gonna hesitate. And they definitely gonna freaking, what is it called? They definitely gonna put him in jail when he leave the office. But I don't think he's gonna leave the office. That's just me. But I don't think he's gonna make it. I ain't gonna say. Let me keep my mouth shut.
That's not where the country is. It's surely not why we should be here right now. But we stand ready to work. We've done our job in the House. It's time for the Senate to.
Osmos, you're supposed to put something in the chat that the Republicans are for. What are they for, Osmos? Please tell me, what are they for? You tell me how they're moving the country forward. Please tell me how they. Oh, of course they're going to win in the midterms. The opposite party always wins in the midterms. They always win in the midterms, and they pissed off more people than they like. people, they pissed off more of the people than they like. So.
To do their job and end this madness. Keeping our
Remember, y'all supposed to be putting in the chat what the Republicans are for. What are the Republicans for? What are they for? Are they for health care? What are they for? What are they for? I ain't seen nobody put nothing in there yet that tells me what the Republicans are here are for. Not one thing.
members tied together, united, focused on what we need to do as our whip.
And that's where you got to start reading, Robert. We can't list all of the shit, but you got to start reading. Y'all got to do more than this. If we going to have an honest discussion about stuff, people got to start reading. I gave you the law. I gave you the law that says you cannot give illegal aliens food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare. I gave you the law. And now you want me to do more research. Now you want me to do more.
Member.
No, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking, what are the Republicans for? What do they stand for? What do they stand for? What do the Republicans stand for? What do they stand for? I'm a Democrat. I just told you what I stand for. I stand for helping my veterans, helping the elderly, helping the handicapped, and helping poor kids. That's what I stand for as a Democrat. What do the Republicans stand for? This is what I want to know. Less government don't mean jack shit. Those are bumper stickers. Give me some practical shit. That's bumper sticker shit. Tell me what they for.
Are men and women in uniform?
I can't seem to get an answer as to what they're for. They always against something. It's never for anything. What are they for? That's all I want to know. No, I ain't never seen them fight for none of that, Robert. I ain't never seen them fight for none of that. How you say they fight for that and they cut Medicaid and Medicare? They cut food stamps and they cut medical right off from under the veterans and the poor people. How are they for those people and they just cut the legs off from under the medical? How are they for those people? I appreciate it, Jimmy. Making America first. Building our military. What does the military do for you, Jimmy? Taking from illegals and giving back to our vets is what we're for. Taking what from the illegals? The illegals give more to this country than they take. Have you looked at how much they dedicate to the economy? Thank you for the super stickers. Thank you for the super sticker.
Are at risk of losing their health care. So, Teresa, we thank you for being.
Soon as you put in the chat what the Republicans do for regular, everyday American people, I will believe you. I haven't heard anything. Have they fought for minimum wage? Have they fought to lower the gas prices? Have they fought to get school lunches in school? Have they fought to give medical facilities for our homeless? Have they fought to give lower price? Make sure that housing is affordable for the elderly? Have they fought for any of these things? Have they fought for any of these things that help the everyday average? Have they fought to lower housing prices? Have they fought to make sure everybody has food in their home? Nobody starves. Have they fought for any of these things? No, what they fought for was tax cuts for the rich because they feel like trickle-down economics works, and it's never worked. It has never worked. Okay? Never worked. So nobody can put anything in the chat. So you don't put anything in the chat. Because I'm talking about something practical. Have they fought for universal health care? Have they fought for raising minimum wage? Have they fought for any of these things? Then I can't vote for no Republican, because you're not fighting for the people who make between 30 and 150,000. You're not fighting for them. You're fighting for the rich people. The people in the middle need help. And the Republicans are not helping with that. So I have a problem with the Republicans. This is what it is.
I'm here on behalf of all moms for showing up, for speaking out,
Right.
and for sharing how these cuts will impact your two boys. Teresa.
All right, Teresa. I don't know who told you to wear that bullshit. I don't know who told you to wear that bullshit y'all got on, but if y'all my representatives, y'all, I don't know what the hell y'all got on. We're gonna listen to a little bit more. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I want to hear JD Vance. Hold on. My whole point is this: research. Okay? There's no turning you. I don't know AOC or anything. Jimmy, stop calling me deranged and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Don't call me deranged. Prove me wrong. I haven't seen one person prove me wrong yet. Not one person has come up with a sufficient answer to say what the Republicans are doing to help regular people. They're not helping regular people. Regular people are fucked. When they come up with something that will help regular ordinary people, then I will listen to the Republicans. When they start talking about regular people, not the rich people, every time we put them in office, they start talking about tax cuts. They never talk about anything else. Whenever we put them in the office, every time. And it's a sad thing that we only have two workable parties, because neither one of them represent all of our interests. But you got to know what you are for. You can't be against everything. I haven't seen one thing that you have put in the chat, Jimmy, that the Republicans are for. Not one thing. If you tell me tax cuts, I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to listen to you when you say tax cuts. Okay? Smaller government does nothing for the poor man. It does nothing for us. And don't give me the fact that it cuts money. It cuts money, but where does the money go? Do we get any of the money? They keep sending money overseas. They done sent $100 billion overseas, and we have homeless people on the street. What do you mean they're helping the regular, ordinary people? They're not helping the regular, ordinary people. So I don't have anything against the Republicans. I just don't believe them. I just don't believe that they're for the regular, average, everyday people. I just don't believe you, because I haven't seen you do anything for the poor, the handicapped, the indigent, the poor, the veterans. I haven't seen you do any of those things. All I've seen you do is send money overseas. Smaller government does nothing for us when you're sending the money overseas. What does smaller government mean? It does nothing for me. I just told you I'm a Democrat. I just told you what I'm for. Healthcare. Raising the minimum wage. Helping our veterans. What do you mean? They all send money overseas. That is what I'm saying to you. But the Republicans have not done any of the things that I said that are on my list. Helping the veterans, getting the homeless off the street, not euthanizing the homeless, getting them a place to stay. Helping the elderly make sure they can stay in their home. They don't have to pay $1,000 for medication. Making sure there's free lunches for kids every day. These are the things that I know the Democrats are for. At least that's what they say they're for, but the Republicans never say what they're for. They always start the culture wars. because a lot of y'all have been talking about the culture wars in the chat. Oh, y'all care about the trans and the gays and the illegal immigrants. What are you for? Not what you're against. What are you for? Then you go from there. I don't have anything against the Republicans. You're just not the party for me because you don't want to take care of the 4 things that I care about. You don't want to take care of the 4 things that I care about. Yes, middle brat, please go find another chat to get into. Nobody told you to get here. Nobody did any of those things. I'm not gaslighting or projecting anything. I just said they haven't done anything for me. They haven't done anything for me. And I haven't seen them do anything for the poor. I saw them cut the medical, Medicaid, and food stamps so they could give tax cuts to the rich. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me they didn't cut Medicaid and food stamps to the elderly and the poor. Tell me that I'm lying. So they could give it to the rich. Tell me I'm lying. Jimmy, you got to learn to read, son. You got to learn to read. You got to learn to read. The Democrats are not against. I'm a middle of the road Democrat, Robert. We're not against that. I know what my party wants to do. I know what my party wants to do. What do you mean? What do you mean? Y'all party don't want to do nothing that I just said. You don't want to do nothing that I just said because you cut medical, you cut food stamps, you cut all of those programs to the senior. You cut all of those to the seniors and the poor to give money to the rich. So therefore, when you did that, that meant that I could not support you. That meant that I could not support. I voted for George Bush. I voted for Obama. I go back and forth from side to side. Whoever appeals to me and whoever wants to take care of the rich, whoever wants to take care of the homeless and the poor, I go back and forth. So don't tell me that I'm not middle of the road. I go back and forth. If you want to take care of certain things, then I will vote for you. But the Republicans are not for the poor. Okay? Of course I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course. I just been voting all my adult life. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have no idea. I have no idea. And I still haven't gotten what the Republicans are for in the chat. Okay? I still haven't gotten that answer. So I still haven't gotten the answer. And that's the whole point. Read the actual bill. I did read the actual bill, Jimmy. I did read the actual bill. I did read the actual bill. Did you read the actual bill? Did you see when they cut the Medicaid and Medicare for the people? Did you see that? Or are you going to tell me that I'm lying about that? Are you going to tell me I'm lying about that? Okay. Okay, I didn't. I just know what to read and what not to read and how to read and research and all of that. But that's neither here nor there. I appreciate you all. Please hit the like button for the illegals. No, Jimmy, for regular, ordinary people. Why do you think rural hospitals are closing now? Why do you think Meals on Wheels are closing now, Jimmy? Why do you think food banks are closing now, Jimmy? Because those things have been cut, Jimmy. Start reading, Jimmy. No, you read the bill. I've read the bill. So I appreciate you all coming by. I appreciate you stopping by. Please hit the like button or the hate button or whatever you feel like doing. Every evening we have a discussion. Normally I have people call in, but none of y'all called in. So since nobody called in, the number, wait a minute. Oh shit, I forgot to put the number. Shit. I forgot to put the number on the thing. I'm sorry. I will remember to do it last night. The Republicans want to privatize everything, and nobody can be subject to the market. Okay? Nobody poor can be subject to the market. If they're subject to the market, they're going to lose their money. Yes, rural hospitals, they're closing now because of what's happening now. Why would they need to be closing under Biden when Biden financed them? Alejandro, you got to start reading, man. You can't just be talking. But anyway, I appreciate y'all showing up. Please hit the like or the ugly or the share or the hate, whatever button. Please subscribe for content. Of course, we have these discussions every night. Okay? I forgot to put the number on the screen. I was wondering why nobody called because I didn't even put the runner on the screen. I just ding it. Anyway, I got the flu. I got a cold. So I will be back here tomorrow. Please show up tomorrow. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys coming up with these things. Hey, I still want to know what they want to do. I still want to know what they for. I need y'all to put that in the chat. I still want to know what they for. The left, the Democrats is trash right now. I get it. They trash. They don't got no message. They ain't got nothing going for them. But I still don't see what the Republicans have going on either. I just don't. So I will see y'all tomorrow if you show up. I'll be here tomorrow if you show up. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all of you. Hit the like, share, subscribe, please, and thank you. My name is HQ. HQ. Thank you. I'll have the number up tomorrow so we can call tomorrow. I don't know what subject we gonna talk about. We gonna talk about something. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you all. I thank you.